Operators in C. C is rich in built-in operators. What is an operator? Operator helps to perform certain operations. Plus, minus, equal to. These are all operators. It will help to perform operations between two operands. Here, plus is an operator. 3 and 2 we call as operands. So, this operation will be performed on these operands. So, operator will help us to perform certain operations on operands and gives us some results. So, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5 means these are operators and gives us a result. A by B. A and B are operands and this division is the operator. This division is performed on the operands A and B. So, the important operators in C can be categorized as following: arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, increment and decrement operators, conditional operators, bitwise operators, and special operators. Arithmetic operators in C. These are the 5 arithmetic operators in C. So, plus is used to find the sum. If you are giving A equal to 5, B equal to 2 and A plus B, this will help us to find out the sum of A and B. Now, minus A minus B, it will subtract B from A, and A into B means here asterisk mark is used to represent the multiplication. So, A into B gives the multiplied value, the product of A and B. Division, A by B, it will give the division. Okay, we will get the quotient. Modulo, what do you mean by modulo operand? Suppose the value of A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 2. What will happen? A by B is equal to 3 by 2 is equal to 1.5. A by B is equal to 1.5 is our result. Now, what is A modulo B? A modulo B means it will give us the remainder after division. So, A by B we get 1.5. A modulo B we get the remainder. That is, answer will be 5. Modulo operator is used for finding out the remainder after division. If A and B both are integers, int A, int B, if both are integers, then A by B will get the result as 1. We won't get the real number after that. Okay, so we will get 1 as the result if both A and B are declared as integers. Again, the arithmetic operators, it could be of these 3 types: integer arithmetic, real arithmetic, and mixed mode arithmetic. So, we have seen what are operands. In integer arithmetic, both the operands will be integer numbers. Suppose we are doing the operation A plus B. Here A will be 3, B will be 5, something like this. That means A and B, both the operands are integer numbers. In the case of real arithmetic, both the operands would be real numbers. A equal to 3.6, B equal to 5.9, something like this. So, A and B would be real numbers in the case of real arithmetic. Then what could be mixed mode arithmetic? Both the operands could be a combination of both. Suppose A is equal to 3.6 and B is equal to 5. Here B is an integer and A is a real number. Then we call as mixed mode arithmetic. Relational operators. If we want to compare two quantities, two ages, two heights, two weights, or any two numbers, then we go for the relational operators. The relational operators in C are, this is less than or equal to. In mathematics we write less than or equal to like this. But in programming, we have to type less than symbol first and then type is equal to symbol. So less than or equal to. Then comes greater than or equal to, is equal to. So double equal to means both are equal. A equal to B means both the values are same. A equal to means it is checking if both the values are same. And the last one is not equal to. In mathematics we do like this, but in programming we will give this exclamatory mark then equal to. That means not equal to. This is the symbol for not equal to. Now how the operations are performed? The relational operators will return a value 0 or 1 depending on the condition. Suppose A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 5. Then A less than B. This condition is wrong. A is greater than B. So A less than B is wrong. So it will return 0. 0 represents false. That means it returns a false value. Suppose I am asking A greater than B. If A is greater than B, yes, here 10 is greater than 5. So it will return a value 1. If it is correct, if the statement is correct, if the expression is correct, then it returns value 1, which represents true. So relational operations always returns either a true value or a false value. That is either 1 or a 0. Here is equal to. If both A and B are equal, then it returns 1. If A and B are not equal, A not equal to B. If this is correct, if A and B are not equal, then it returns 1. Logical operators. Before this, I'll tell you what is an expression. Expression. A sequence of operators and operands which gives us some result is known as an expression. That means we can say A plus B into C. This is an expression. Here we can see 2 operators and 3 operands. So sequence of operators and operands which gives us a final result. So this we can call it as an expression. Now what is a logical operator? Logical operator is used for combining different operators, different expressions together. Okay, if we want to combine different expressions in a single command, we can go for logical operators. So 3 different logical operators we use in C are logical AND. This is ampersand symbol. We call this as ampersand symbol. So if you combine 2 ampersand symbols, that means logical AND. This is a pipe operator. Pipe symbol. So 2 pipe symbols. It gives the logical OR operator and this exclamatory mark. This means logical NOT. So the 3 logical operators in C are logical AND, logical OR and logical NOT. Now let's see how we use these logical operators with the help of an example. We have seen A greater than B. A not equal to B. All these we have used relational operators here. So not equal to we can represent like this, not equal to. If I want to combine 2 expressions together, that means if age greater than 40, I want to check, another condition I want to check is salary less than 40,000. Okay, so I have to check 2 times whether age is greater than 40, whether salary is greater than 40,000. I have to give some bonus or something like that. Then what will we do? I can combine these 2 operators, like these 2 operations together. How? We can combine it using the logical AND. If age greater than 40 and salary greater than 40,000, I have to do certain operation. Likewise, if height greater than 165 centimeter and marks greater than 60, then give grace mark, or it can be categorized for sports quota. Like that I can do. So if I want to combine 2 or 3 expressions together, I can use logical operator. So in here, age greater than 40 or salary greater than 40,000. You can do like that also. Okay, if age greater than 40 and salary less than 40,000. Then do some operations. So this is logical AND or logical NOT. So what will happen here? This AND operator, again these logical operators will return either a true value or a false value, either a 1 or a 0. So how we are getting the values? Here we consider this as operand 1 and this as operand 2, or A and B. Okay, if both the operands returns a true value, that is if age greater than 40 and salary less than 40,000, if both the conditions are true, then this logical AND operator will return a true value. If both are true, then AND will return a true value. If any one is false, age is less than 40 and salary is less than 40,000, means this will return a false value and this will return a true value. In that case, my output will also become false. That means if A is true and B is false, I will get a false output. If A is false and B is true, I will get a false output. And if both A and B are false, I will get a false as the output of AND operation. Okay, if only both the conditions are true, I will get a true output. Now in the case of OR, I need any one to be true. So instead of AND, if I am using OR, this will return a true value if any of these two are true. That means if any A and B, any of these are true, I will get a true value. If A is true and B is false, I'll get a true. If A is false and B is true, I'll get a true value. If both the values are false, if both A and B operands returns, A and B expression returns a false value, I will get a false value here. So see, in AND operation, if both the expressions returns true, I'll get a true value. And if both the expression returns false value in the OR operator, I'll get a false value. Remaining all are true in OR. Okay, this is how it works. Now I can combine many more expressions here. Again, if I can add AND something or something. So I can add many expressions together, combine many expressions together. Now what is logical NOT? It will complement the value. Suppose A is equal to true, then not A means A is false. If A is equal to false or A is equal to 1, then not A means the value is 1. It is used for complementing a value. Assignment operators. Assignment operator, we have seen this is the assignment operator equal to. Assignment operator is used for assigning some values or the result of an expression to a variable on the left hand side. That means A is equal to 5 means we are assigning a value 5 to A. Suppose A is having a memory space. This is the memory of A. If I am assigning A equal to 5, then 5 is stored in the space provided for A. Now the value of A is 5. Whenever I ask the system to print the value of 5, it will display 5 as the result. So this is assignment operator. It will assign the right hand side value to the left hand side expression or variable. Now this is just a simple assignment and assigning a value. Now how can we assign the value of an expression? A equal to 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is an operation. 5 plus 3 is an operation. So the value 5 plus 3 will be added first and the value, the result will be stored in 8. Now the value of A will be 8. Okay. A equal to B plus C into D. So whatever the values are assigned for B, C and T, it will be taken and find out the expression, the value, the result of the expression will be found and the value will be stored inside A. This is how assignment operation works. So A equal to B means value of B is stored in A. It's not the opposite. A is not stored in B. A equal to B means the value on the right hand side, the value on RHS is stored to the value on to the variable of LHS or left hand side. Now you should not confuse assignment operator with the relational operator equal to equal to. I'll tell you the difference. A equal to B means I'm assigning the value of B to A. A equal to B means I'm checking whether both A and B are equal. So equal to is a relational operator. It is used for comparing two values, whether A and B are equal. If A equal to B means whether A and B are equal, we are checking. A equal to B means here we are not checking anything, we are just assigning a value of B to A. Okay, now we will see a shorthand expression. A shorthand expression. Suppose A is equal to 5, B is equal to 2 and C is equal to 3. How can we write A is equal to B plus C? It is a valid expression. We are finding the sum of B and C and we are assigning to A. Now, here what is happening? A is equal to A plus C. A is equal to A plus C. Listen, here both A are repeating on both left hand and right hand side. So A equal to A plus C means A is equal to, as of now A is equal to 5. A is equal to A plus C means 5 plus C, 5 plus 3, that is 8 will be assigned back to A. Okay, this is correct. This is also correct. But instead of repeating A here, I can come to a shorthand form, that is A plus is equal to C. A plus is equal to C. This is very much similar to A is equal to A plus C. These both expressions are same and gives the same result. A is equal to A plus C can be written in a shorthand form, that is A plus is equal to C. That is value operator equal to operand. So A is equal to A plus C or expression. Okay, I can give like this value. Operator is equal to operand. Here what we are writing, value is equal to operand plus another operand, or value is equal to value plus operand. Instead of that, value operator is equal to operand. That means A plus is equal to C. So this cannot be applied here because A, B, C, three operators are, three operands, three are different. Here I am using three operands but two are same. So in that case I can go for shorthand method, but here I cannot go for shorthand method. Okay. So we can go with any expressions like this. A is equal to A by B. A divided by B. I can write like this. A divided is equal to B. C is equal to C into X. C into equal to X. C star is equal to X. So this is how you can write. You should write a shorthand way. Increment and decrement operators. These two operators are very much useful in a programming language. So 2 plus, this is used to represent an increment operator and this is used to represent a decrement operator. So these operators are used for incrementing one value and decrementing one value. Suppose I am using this is a unary plus and this is a unary minus, and if I am using 2 plus or 2 minus, then it is increment operator and this is decrement operator. Suppose A is equal to 5. This is the initial value. If I do A plus plus, that means this is equivalent to A is equal to A plus 1 and the value will be equal to 6. So if I give like A plus plus and display the result, I will give a value of 6. Likewise, if I give a minus minus, suppose a is equal to 5 and I give a minus minus, then I will get the output as 4 because the one value will be decremented by, the a will be decremented by 1. So which is equivalent to a is equal to a minus 1. This is how increment and decrement operators work. Now, you can either give like this plus plus a or a plus plus. Both are same. Again, minus minus a and a minus minus. Both are same. We call this as prefix operator and this as postfix operator. Pre, which comes before the operand, post, which comes after the operand. So this is pre-increment operator, this is post-increment operator. Pre-decrement operator and post-decrement operator. So when we are using along, doesn't make any change, but it will, this forms a change. This value will become, the value changes when we use this along with an expression. If you are using along, then there is no change, but if you are using along with an expression, then the pre and post increment operator will give you different values. Let's see how increment and decrement operators behave if we use in an expression. Suppose a is equal to 5. I have initialized the variable a with a value 5 and I am giving this operation. Y is equal to plus plus a. Y is equal to plus plus a. So what will happen? We all know that plus plus a means increment a by 1. So the value of a will become 6, right? Plus plus a means value will be 6 now. Value of a will be 6 now and this 6 will be assigned to y. So now the value of y will also become 6. Y equal to plus plus a. This is pre-increment operator. Now what will happen if I give a post increment operator? This is an expression y equal to a plus plus. What will happen here? Here a plus plus. First it will not perform this operation. The first operation it performs is, it will assign the value of a to y. First it will assign the value of a to y. That means now the value of a is equal to 5. I am using a is equal to 5 and then giving this expression. What will happen? Value of a is 5, that is assigned to y now. So y is equal to 5. Then a plus plus, then a will get incremented, that is a will become 6. So after the expression, if you display the result, you will get the result like this, output like this. What I am doing here, in the case of pre-increment operator, it will first change the value of a and then use. Okay, change and use and then assigns to y. In the case of a post-increment operator, what happens? First it will assign the value to y and then change the value. Okay, use and change. That is the difference between a pre and post increment operator when we use along with an expression. Same happens with the decrement operator too. So this time you have to tell the answer. Suppose a is equal to 5. If I am using like this, y equal to minus minus a. What will happen? Just write down the answer. Y equal to minus minus a. Initially a will be decremented by 1. That means the value of a is 4 now. And then the value will be assigned to y. That means y is also 4. This is pre-decrement operator. Now what will happen to a post-decrement operator when we use with an expression? Y equal to a minus minus. Just see what is there after the equal to. First, what is coming first? This operator or operand? Operand, right? So this will be assigned to y first. Now here what will be the output? Suppose a is equal to 5, what will be the output? A will be assigned to y initially. That means y will contain the value, y will contain the value 5 and then a will be decremented. That is a is equal to 4. Okay, so this is pre-decrement pre-decrement and post-decrement operator. Conditional operator. Conditional operator in C, it is represented using two operators, question mark and a colon. A question mark and a colon. Here you can see three expressions. Expression 1, question mark, expression 2, colon, and then expression 3, semicolon. That means we are using three expressions, hence we call it as a ternary operator. Conditional operator is a ternary operator. So how it works? It will first check expression 1. Expression 1 will be checked. If expression 1 is true, question mark, that means if expression 1 is true. If it is true, expression 2 will be executed. If it is false, expression 3 will be executed. Okay, so any of these things, any of these two expressions will be executed, not both. If expression 1 is true, then 2 will be executed, otherwise 3 will be executed. Let's see an example. Suppose the value of A is 10 and B is 15. I'm checking. Now, I'm assigning the value of this expression to x. X is equal to A greater than B, question mark, A colon B. That means I'm checking if A is greater than B, whether this expression is correct. Here, A is 10 and B is 15. A is greater than B? No. So what will happen? It will skip this expression. A will not be executed. Then what will happen? Expression 2 will be executed, that is B. So what is the value of B? 15. Value of B will be assigned to X. So after writing this, if I try to display the output, X will contain 15 now. Okay. So it will first check whether the expression 1 is true. Expression 1, that is A greater than B. 10 is greater than 15. No, this condition is false. If suppose A is equal to 100 and B is equal to 15 was the value, then A greater than B, this condition is true. In that case, what will happen? The value of A will be assigned to X. That means expression 2 will be executed and not 3. So if this expression 1 is true, then expression 2 will be executed. If expression 1 is false, expression 3 will be executed. Okay. So this is similar to an if statement. That is, if A is greater than B, then X equal to A. Otherwise, else, X is equal to B. Okay. So this 4 statements can be reduced and written in a single line like this. X equal to A greater than B, question mark, A colon B. This is conditional operator. Bitwise operator. The bitwise operators will perform the operations at the bit level, binary level. So the operators, bitwise operators are bitwise and, bitwise or. See, logical, this is logical and, 2 ampersand. This is logical or, 2 pipe operators. But if you are using single ones, this is bitwise and, bitwise or. This is bitwise exclusive or, and 2 less than gives left shift and 2 greater than, that means right shift. So what do you mean by bitwise level? Suppose my values are A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 1. If I convert the values to binary values, that means bit level, then the values will be A is equal to 0010 and B is equal to 0001. These are the equivalent binary values for A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 1. Now, if I am giving A and B, and we do the bitwise operator A and B, what will happen? The AND operation will be performed at the bit level. So A will be converted to binary, B will be converted to binary, and then perform bitwise operation at the bit level. So 0 and 1 gives 0, 1 and 0 gives 0, 0 and 0 gives 0, 0 and 0 gives 0. So A and B, the output is 0. Now if you are doing A or B, again the OR operation will be performed at the bit level. 0 or 1 gives 1, 1 or 0 gives 1, 0 or 0, 0, 0 or 0. This is the output of A or B. Now what is A, X or B? Exclusive OR operations will be performed at the bit level for both A and B numbers. Okay, A and B binary numbers, the bit XOR operations will be performed on it. Now what is left shift and right shift? A left shift 2. What will happen? It will shift 2 bits to the left side. We know that value of A is 0010. So what does left shift operator do? First it will shift 1 time and then it will shift again 1 bit to the left. So 2 shifts. This is after 1 shift, this is after 2 shifts. So the output is 1 0 and the remaining 2 fields will be filled with 0. This is the output of A left shift 2. Now what is A right shift 2? The bits will be shifted to the right side. 2 bits will be moved to the right side. So 1 0 will be lost. So 2 zeros will be added to the left side. So this is the output of A right shift 2. 2 times the bits will be shifted to the right. So this is bitwise operator. Next is special operators. There are many special operators used in C which serves different purposes. Examples are comma operator, ampersand, asterisk, size of, etc. So we know comma is for separating something. A equal to 5, B equal to 2, C equal to 0. So this is used for separating these assignments. Likewise, this comma operator is very much useful in for loops and while loops. Next is ampersand and asterisk. These two operators are very much useful in pointers. These are used in pointers. This shows the address of a variable. Ampersand A means address of A. Asterisk A means value at A. So these are pointer operators. And size of operator. If we use size of operator along with an operand, suppose int A, this will return the number of bytes used by that particular operand. So if it is int, then the number of bytes returned by A will be 2. So it will return the number of bytes used by that operand. Size of operator is used for finding out the size or number of bytes used by the operand.